Good afternoon, everybody. So my name is Jillian. This is my first blog post, so it's going to be kind of awkward. But I'm going to get started. So every week I'm going to be making these posts. They're going to be weekly wellness updates, and we'll have a different topic every week. This week, the topic is being grateful. So, what does it mean to be grateful? Some people, being grateful comes really easy. You know, they walk outside in the morning, they see the sun, they're like, oh, I'm so happy it's sunny today. They walk down the street, they notice that there's a beautiful flower, and they're like, oh, you know, that flower is beautiful. They see someone smile at them, they're like, wow, that was really nice, that person smiled. They get all the way to work, all the lights were green, they're like, it's a good day, all the lights are green. Those are the type of people who express gratitude without even realizing it. Then you have the type of people who are sort of like the opposite. They wake up, they're like, ah, the sun's in my eyes, it's too bright. They walk down the street, they're like, ah, like, stupid flower, why doesn't the city do a better job of keeping everything where they're supposed to? They get to work and they're like, oh, like, I hit a red light, this person cut me off. You can instantly feel the different energy from those two perspectives. Person A walks into the room and you're like, ah, nice to see you. They're like, nice to see you. Person B walks in, it's like, here I am again. You kind of shy away. And so the question is, do you want to be person A or do you want to be person B? And a lot of this stuff, we don't even realize we're doing it. It's all our subconscious. We don't realize that we're making all these negative comments over and over in our head, or the opposite, the positive comments. And basically, whatever you water will grow. So if you continue to work at having these positive thoughts, and if you notice yourself making a negative thought and you switch it to a positive thought, there you go. You just bettered yourself today. A couple hours later, you have another negative thought. Instead of being like, I just had another negative thought, now my day is ruined. You're like, okay, I recognized I had this negative thought, and now I'm next time gonna change it into a positive thought. The more you work at developing these skills in your head, the easier it becomes. And something you notice, or you will notice, is the more you are grateful, the more it will flow back to you. The more you give, the more positivity you put out there, the more you'll gain. So one practice that I try to do is every day I try to think of at least 3 things I'm grateful for. This could be, I'm grateful for my cat Sophia, I'm grateful that I have a friend to hang out with, grateful that I have another body in the room. Some days it's even something like, I'm grateful for this $5. Something that probably a lot of you don't know about me, but I, a couple years ago, was in a really crappy relationship. And in this relationship, basically he was a narcissist, and I was stripped of my identity. I was made to feel worthless, useless. I was made to feel like my body was disgusting and that I was stupid, and how could I ever think that I'm so dumb? And I was basically belittled and pounded into this little pile of nothing. And it took me catching him cheating on me to leave the relationship. And even then, I had to basically pack all of his stuff for him, wait for him to get out, and I was left with no friends because all my friends had seen this man doing this to me and were like, why are you letting this happen? And I just didn't know any better. I just thought, like, this is it. I love him, he loves me, this is what it's gonna be forever. And I was completely lost. I had no idea who I was anymore. I had no idea what I was good at, what I was bad at. I wasn't grateful. I wasn't grateful for anything. And through losing all this, I had to build myself up from the bottom again. So I was way in the hole, way in the red. I'm just getting out of it now, actually. And through all this time, you know, having $1, $2, $4, I had to really be grateful for that, because otherwise I wasn't eating. I was on my own. I had to pay all my own bills. I had to catch up on all these bills that this guy had left me with, because essentially I kicked him out and I was responsible for a $1,200 a month rent by myself for the remaining 3 months. I also had a broken hand that I broke on his face, but we don't need to tell anyone that. because he was cheating on me. So I was unable to work and I was unable to make money. And so I was basically at my lowest low. And what really got me out of that was gratefulness and starting to, my friends started to come back to me, and I was like, I didn't have those friends, and then I started to have them again, and I was like, wow, I'm so grateful for these friends. I didn't have the money, and then I started to have it again, and I was like, wow, I'm so grateful for this money. And I didn't have peace of mind. Like, I literally couldn't go to sleep without smoking weed or drinking alcohol because I literally couldn't calm my mind down every night. And now I'm starting to take it for granted again. I go to sleep without having any problems. I can go to the store and get a coffee if I want and not have to worry if it's my last $2. And those are the little things that I'm really now trying to be grateful for. And as I'm more grateful for these things, better things are starting to flow into my life. Even if I'm having a crappy day, it's still a good day because I'm not where I was a few years ago. And I'm doing better than I was a few years ago. And every day, you have your good days and then you have your bad days. But as long as you have more good days than bad days in the end, you're still on this upward slope.